Hello everyone, my name is Mexican Joker and welcome back to Power Wash Simulator. We're going back into cleaning the subway platform, part 3. So, we're working on the sides of the platform before starting the middle. Gotta figure out how far we got. It shows we're getting close to like halfway done. Let's see, how far did we get? Because I think we just barely got to finish the... Well, not really the tracks. It looks like there's still some stuff up there. I think it's just a reflection. Let's see. How far did we get? Oh, we got to halfway through this thing. Let's see. I was like, what the hell happened here? I cut a line past the thing when I was cutting this. But yeah, since I got to halfway, this part actually did shine since it's actually cut right there. So you just need the other half, and then we do the wall, the roof, and this inside wall. How much did we do on this side before we switched? Did we do these side walls here? No. We just cleared like the little walkway underside platform right there. So it's gonna be interesting on where to start then after finishing. But yeah, slowly feeling a bit better now. It's just like a slight cough from time to time, but not as bad as before. Also, when I wake up, I just have like a little bit of a cough, and then it goes away after a bit. But I wonder like if the cough is healing, but then after this little 20 degrees at night for like 3 days, it affects me again. That kind of sucks. I just like got through the sickness just to get back. Winter storm everybody's freaking out about. It's weird because it doesn't really go that cold. It doesn't really get that cold. When on the days that it shows it rains, it's really cold after the rain passes. Let's see what happens this year because it's like 2020 or 2021 when the power actually did go out the best. So after that, it's been like that in a while. And yeah, this time I actually do have like a fire pit to take out. I always wanted to use the fire pit, but I never found like a good chance to use it because it doesn't really get that cold around here. Because I always wanted to buy like those indoor decorations of like the fire pit, just illuminating in a corner or something like that. saw the last house was boarded up, but then they took off the boards. I don't know what they're gonna do to it. Anyways, I'm gonna try to see if we can actually drive by the old house, see what they're gonna do to it. Not, man. That's it for France. The house had lean, if it rains. I don't know what's up with the foundation. Not a good, not a good piece of land to put a house on because that house moved from time to time. We have a swamp in the backyard. The house lean whenever it rains because the whole concrete piece, like and stuff, would actually be the heaviest part of the house. So I don't know if they're gonna tear it down, rebuild it or something. Or they're just gonna rent it out like that again. I forgot how long we actually lasted in that house. I think it was probably like 2019 or 20, close to 2020, summer, early 2020 maybe, when we moved out of that house into this one. And it was good that we moved out of that house before like the snowstorm actually happened then, because that house had no insulation, so it didn't stay cold when it needed to, and then it get really cold in the winter. House was freaking hot, and plus it was carpeted, so it made it even worse with the heat. And having a carpet was fine, but like having a rent-piece carpet was not good in the summer. That was the first place we lived in that actually had rats in it. Already infested the house before we rented it out. The landlords didn't take care of it, I guess. That's what sucks about like renting houses, and landlords fucking don't take care of it. That's why, like, I guess after renting after so many years, we finally decided to buy a house. We don't have to deal with landlords. We don't have to deal with price increasing of rent and stuff like that. Like the landlord at the house at the chimney didn't accept 2 months, like, late payments after like all we did for her. Cleaned her house up like 5, 6 months, 3. But even that wasn't like good of a friendship to waive 2 months of rent. So we ended up leaving that back up. Because we had to leave that house to find that shitty house that moved in the water. She wouldn't take the fact that she increased the rent because of the fact that money back then. No shit, I was still in school and thought of looking for a job. I think I was looking for a job since I was like 16 or 17 maybe. I kept going to like a lot of places, getting applications and stuff. And even trying to fucking apply at McDonald's. And worked out for me. Other places actually do have this place of denying people with disabilities. Right, even McDonald's does that. I don't know if they still do that, but it's back in like 2017 when I tried applying. Even at the McDonald's, I was like right by the school. That's funny. Yeah, even the freaking Red House is like 3 blocks away from the school, I think it is. You always have to walk back and forth to school. At least my vision was actually pretty good to do that than it is now. If I had the same vision I have right now, I'd be able to make it home. Wouldn't be able to unless I actually went to a stop sign. Not have to wait for the light to turn green instead of waiting for the stop sign to turn on. But yeah, I was lucky enough that I was able to work for 4.5 years before my vision went worse and be able to get through school. And now I just do YouTube now. It's just pretty good. I think I'm at a point where I don't really need to make that much money now. And there's some like disability benefits I was able to still continue paying the water at least. Still able to help out with that. Just losing my job. Yeah, if you want to hear like the old stories of me talking about work, you check out like the early episodes of Power Wash Sim when I was cleaning the back garden. I think that's when I always running rants and everything that happened. That's where I talk more about my work. And now I just like kind of stopped thinking about it because I gotta be happy and think about that shithole. Like even when I thinking about it, it just reminds me of like how things are now. They're not even as strict as they were back then. They got rid of like so many good people for their super high expectations. They didn't follow their fucking expectations anymore. Now they just run the department like shit. Got rid of a lot of good employees. I wasn't like that good of an employee, but I did try my best to do everything that I could. Even that wasn't enough for them. And now the park looks like shit, and they don't really clean much. like they do start kind of clean the table and stuff, but it's just like the standard of employees always being out there and presenting themselves some way, and they always wanted us always out there. We should always be out there, even to the point of having those people enough hustle for them. Because that actually sucked. I was actually like that willing to prove that I can actually do this job until I got a nosebleed next day. So I worked myself to get a fucking nosebleed, like the dehydration burst through. So they thought I was fucking lazy and shit, because they say that I wasn't out there, but they were the ones that were never out there. The supervisors were never, talk all this shit. Like I was always out there. I always work fast. I take out the trash quickly. I go through the area several times, but even that wasn't enough. I keep saying like I on top of that, and then I keep top of that, but then I get pissed off, so I stop. It's, job fucking sucks. It wasn't even like that big of a job. So important and all that. Because the new management couldn't carry the department like the old management did. She actually did manage to get the department to first place in the charts, being with all the parks. This new department and it sucked too because they were like water park and rides management, so whenever water park would come back, they would leave the department. Well, they wouldn't even try to make the department better. So burn it to the ground. Abandon it when it was the time. But yeah, I kind of wish I knew how to find lawyers back then to actually get them for discrimination when they fired me. And when the other department I switched to blamed me for an item that never went through. They had no video evidence or anything. So they just said I let something through. No evidence was presented to HR or anything. They just kicked me out of the department for no reason. That's how shitty some of these departments were. Like people who can't see, they just try to find excuses on how to write them up and send them and get them out of the department. So that's how I ended up going back to the old department I was in. I went from cleaning department to like safety. That's what it was called. Technically security or just cleaning that I switched to. I was tired of like being discriminated in the cleaning department and then having to have to go back. And then it was a year or a few months later, that's when they started doing their bullshit again. Writing me up for nothing that I've done. Suspending me and terminating me. And the suspension was like right after fucking Christmas. I think that's like one TikTok that I saw that they got fired after Christmas. And that's technically how I was. I was technically fired after Christmas. So I was suspended, and then New Year's I got the fucking call. I was terminated. So that was a fucking good New Year's. I'm fired. And I think it was after that where my dog actually ended up getting sick, passing away. So it was just like shit after shit just started happening. But I guess after that I started pushing through with the channel, and now I actually build it up to what it is now. It's not too big, but it actually made it more than I was actually expecting to get subscribers. I was expecting like maybe after a year I was gonna get 100 subs, but after 2 years I got 122, so I did a little bit more than what I was expecting and actually making from this channel. Yeah, since I can't really see and don't really have money for editors, a lot of these videos are just like stream VODs. But I do try to make them a little bit more entertaining with like the shorts of these videos. Because I was like a little bit like shortly after starting the channel when I discovered the shorts. And then from there, that's where a lot of the views came and stuff. And I'm surprised after like one Skibidi Toilet again edit. It got like 2,000 views and actually 20 subs. Because I know some of my early on videos with starting the channel for firefighting sim, I actually did get like almost 100 views. Like now views kind of vary with the long-term videos, but like where the views are at now are mostly in shorts. Which that's fine. Because if views are in shorts, and if I run out of long-term videos to make, then the channel just turns into like a shorts channel. It's just still gotta be a while. I still got a bit more to do in Red Dead 2 before that story's done. I just barely made it to chapter 5. Power Wash, we still got like a bunch of projects left to do. Farming, I don't know, it kind of varies on what I want to do on that channel, or that series. I want to just do like random things in farming sim. Mafia 3. We're still like in the early phases of it, I think. The early missions of Mafia. So I still got very soon to actually call the tracks done, but okay. But yeah, we still got like a good amount of episodes for Mafia 3. I'm surprised we actually did get through the trilogy though on the channel. Started with Mafia 1 and then continued to Mafia 2. Now we're in Mafia 3. I just need to see when I can buy the Old Country to actually have that on the channel too. See what that game was like, because the trilogy was the original Mafia games that I did play a lot. The new Mafia that came out, it's like, I think a new storyline from the original one, because the trilogy actually did have like a connecting storyline. The Old Country is just something different from the whole game, I think. But I think the Old Country is actually based in Sicily, which I don't know if it is connected to the trilogy in some way, because I know Vito was from Sicily, but I don't know if it actually connects or not. I haven't seen any videos on Mafia on the Old Country yet or not. That's why I don't know if like the Old Country has any connections to it, because I've seen shorts of like characters showcased in the Old Country that are from the trilogy. Yeah, that was gross. Fucking coughed a fucking blob of spit out. Yeah. Felt weird. Yeah, I want to see what the Old Country is. Let's see if GTA 6 is delayed. Yeah, I think I should be able to reach 1,000 videos on the channel before GTA 6 comes out. We're at like 662 maybe, 624 probably with this video. I think unless we reach 666 by now, but I think we reached 64. It's weird because I actually did activate the whole like gift subs option on Twitch, but I'm like, I don't get views on Twitch, so it's not really gonna do much for me. I'm not that popular of a streamer as my YouTube channel is. At least my channel and like some of my videos actually do make some views, because I think the farming sim video actually did get at least 12 views, and on Twitch it gets like maybe 3 or 4 views after like the bot is up and stuff. That's like I stopped like trying to look for ways to improve the Twitch channel, because now it's just a way to record the videos now. Twitch isn't actually friendly to new creators, I guess. Especially when like a lot of people view bot and stuff, people watch the videos that have a lot more views, even though they're all fake. On a lot of the channels, because if you see the channel has like over like thousands of views, but they just like barely started the stream, and that's when you kind of tell it's kind of botted. Unless they do have like the whole timer of everybody getting in and everybody knows when their favorite streamer goes on. And some of them are legit, but if there's like a channel where no chat and stuff, and they have like thousands of views, and I think that's when you can tell it's botted. And then all these weird messages I get of like cheap viewers on some website and stuff, I think those are like the view botting websites maybe. I don't know, I haven't looked into them, I haven't even thought of like searching them up or anything like that. Not getting scammed into looking into a sketchy website. Yeah, that's why I stopped trying to look for ways to improve the channel. And a lot of them do involve like PC, like stream settings and stuff like that. Because I don't even know if my laptop would even be good for streaming, because it's like low RAM, low graphics. But I don't know how it would actually handle streaming. But I did find a laptop for like $600. That is like a 4050 graphics and like at least 16 gigs of RAM. I wanted to buy, but I did see it was like one left, so I don't even know if it's even still available. Now I have to keep searching for laptops in that price range and I guess specs, because the ones that I find for 64 gigs usually go out of stock pretty quick, I think. You know, they're like over $1,000. People could still buy them. And I basically stuck with MSI. I haven't really tried looking for any other brand. MSI was my first gaming laptop, and it actually did work out pretty good. Even at like the lowest specs that it has, 1658 gigs of RAM, basic like starter PC. It actually did work with all the games that I played. Like even with GTA 5 Enhanced, it actually works pretty good. Red Dead 2, it actually worked pretty good. I think Call of Duty, it did almost work, I think. I think it was just like maybe the graphics card was getting like overheated. I think that's why I was having trouble. It works with Firefighting Sim Ignite. I basically finished that game already because I got the Deputy Chief rank, and I think that's the last rank after you get the Walk-in Rescue fire truck. I do have like one more side mission to do before finishing like the whole game. It was actually pretty fun though. I think I only had to switch one mission to easy to get through, But all the other missions, I've basically done them on medium, basically like standard difficulty or something like that. Which I don't think in the squad you have to choose difficulties for your game. I think it's just throws you into scenarios and then you just go from there. This one you actually get to choose the difficulty of the mission. Just want to bring it to the channel. I just need to get the game. That's like $40. Like $40, and after all the bills are paid, I don't really have that much money to spend on one game. I think when I did buy Ignite, I think I got it for like $20 on Steam because I think I saw it on sale. It's like I always wait for a game to go like really low on price to actually buy it. I think that's how I was able to get Demon Slayer and Security Breach for like $20, even though they're like $40 or $60 for those games. Like even the GTA trilogy on the Switch, I got it for like $20. Just by waiting for a game to go on sale. Mario Party, I don't know if it ever went on sale, so I actually did have to buy that one full price. I want to try Pokemon Legends. I want to know what that game is like. Because I don't think I ever did play like a Pokemon game on a console. I think I played like a couple Pokemon games on my phone, but like Unite and Pokemon Go I did try for a bit. I think it was from like work friends that actually showed me that game. And even at the theme park where I was working, there are like some spots you can actually go to on the game. Yeah, the job was pretty easy back then when I first started. And like, I think it was like 2019 when I first started there. And I was mostly in charge of compacting. And the shift I was working in was like basically overnight. I didn't want to try like in-park janitor. Basically wanted to be away from people, but then after new management came in, they always wanted people with licenses to be in those shifts now, which didn't really make sense because they only have like one or two vehicles that ever work in that department, and they don't really take care of the truck. I was always in charge of like taking the wheels apart from the truck and patching them. Whenever a nail got in, I'd always put like those little temporary gel tips that you put in the nail holes. I did that on like all four freaking tires of the truck to actually keep it running, but then all of a sudden one day I find out that the truck ended up getting a flat tire. That's because the last department didn't take the nail out and just let the tire go flat. And that's what sucked about fighting between two shifts, because one shift was lazier than the other. And then in our shift, they threw more jobs on us because the late shift didn't do them. Then our workload started getting a lot more stressful, and then we had like 2 girls on our team that could do the job by themselves, but like once you have them do like the dumpsters by themselves, that's when it gets to them. Since one of the ladies on our team was actually over, how old was she? Because she said she was like 40 or something, but she didn't even look like that. She's probably like 40, but like she didn't even look like that. Like she was stuck one day on a shift by herself apparently, because I was like the only other person that could do the dumpsters, and like they gave me, like they cut my hours, so I wasn't able to come in on a bunch of days. And they could have actually added me on to the days where it was just like one of them working, because she got so stressed out that she actually ended up crying at some point. Cause yeah, I was always like the main guy that was actually able to do like a lot of the heavy stuff on the team. Like a lot of the other guys were able to do it too, but like they actually made more hours than I did, so they had a day off like on the wrong days when they schedule one of them on. And we were a pretty good team and we worked together, but then once they drove me away, that's when the team started falling apart. Because they saw like what they were doing to me wasn't right, so they decided to jump ship before they got the same treatment. Yeah, once they lost all of us in that team, that's when the prep team started going to shit after we left. A lot of these people wouldn't do the job right, and they would still give them like a slap in the wrist, not like what they did with us. And I think it was because of the new overnight team messed up so many times that they ended up taking our department's stuff out of there because we were like in a base kind of connected with landscaping, and the other guys would cause like a big mess in the actual break area in there, and landscaping was actually getting tired of it. So that's why they decided to move the department stuff out of there in the office. Because they used to cause like a really big mess in the break room. They would throw like the kitchen packets and everything, pop them on the floor. And then the day they all got fired is when they were with one of the security guards in the truck, just like driving around. And those security trucks have like dash cams that record inside and outside the truck, so they know what you do in the company vehicles. So that security guard got fired, and then the whole overnight crew got fired. Even after one day where they just like drag raced into the exit lane of the employee parking lot. One of the employees drove one of his cars, and then the security guard drove the truck. And yeah, I guess that's what happens when you hire people before. Hire people like in their 20s, I guess. I think everybody was like under 30. And they'd still like mess around with the vehicles and stuff like that. Like even though I still had like the same mentality as them there, I knew like at a job site it's actually not a good idea to do stuff like that. Even though I was still reckless doing my thing. And even treated compacting as like a little workout routine, because I would end up putting two yarders together and actually pulling them at once to like kind of improve leg strength and stuff like that. And I was able to pull like 3 or 4 freaking 2 yarders by myself to get them out of the little platform I was working in. Because back then they would take forever to come back to pick up the dumpsters, so I had to get them out of my area to compact them more. Because I'd be there like by myself, and I was in charge of dumping all of them. I actually did finish them like pretty quick. Like by the time they would get back, they would see all the 2 yarders empty. And yeah, doing that by yourself kind of sucks, because some of them are like overfilled to the top where it's like at the point where you can't really move it by yourself. The wheels start like squeaking when you start pushing it. But I managed to push through on anger and adrenaline, I guess. Where I just kind of raged through and made it to dump all the dumpsters. And a lot of them would actually get freaked out because I would actually slam the two-yarders so loud that you can actually hear it on the other side of the park. All you hear is like metal banging in the distance, and the park was like sometimes dark because the lights would actually go out at a specific time. So they'll be picking the dumpsters out in darkness, and then I'm just slamming the two-yarder on the compactor, and they just hear that bang. They get freaked out because they think someone is near them. I was like 19, almost like 20 at that point, so yeah. I was still in like a good age to actually do that type of labor. I guess it's good that I actually didn't keep working in that type of job because by now I would actually have like a lot of backaches and stuff like that. And I don't know if I told this to them when I first got fired, but I basically told them like I guess I'm retiring at 24 or 23. No, I think it was Christmas of 23, so I think I did turn 24 when I did get fired. Last day I worked was like the 26th or 27th of December 2023. And then New Year's Day I got the call. I no longer had a job there. Because yeah, if they would have kept me in the behind the scenes department, I would have actually done better than like in park, because in park the standards are too high for anybody, and then me having a little bit of vision, I wouldn't be able to see a lot of the stains, especially like in the sun where they would evaporate quickly. That'd be harder to see. Shit, I had to have some of the other coworkers like point stuff out for me. I mean, I could see some, but then a lot of them that would dry out and stuff, I wouldn't be able to find them anymore. And it was like that summer of like 23 when I first started noticing that my vision was actually getting worse, as my far vision was getting more nearsighted now. I kind of suck like, having to push carts through people. I had to end up putting a light in front of the cart so I can actually see how far or how close I'm getting to people. It was always be annoying, like towards closing time when everybody starts bunching up, getting out of the park. And I think at that point, when I came back to the cleaning crew, I had like the guardian angel lights on me from the last apartment. I had these lights with me, and this would actually blind people. You can see it on camera. It's not as bad as the other camera. Yeah, these actually did help me out getting through people, because I'd end up blinding everybody. Get them out of my way. Because I guess I was actually that petty that I actually did end up still using the Guardian Angels, even though I wasn't in security anymore. I was like, screw y'all. Y'all kicked me out of the department for no reason. I will still continue to use these lights even if I'm not in the department as you. I wasn't technically against the rules because I bought those with my money. And I had a good use for them. I had to use them to get around. Because even at some point they wanted me to stop wearing those like reflective orange vests that I used to always wear because they wanted me to blend in with all the other employees. I'm like, screw that. I'd rather be looking different than everybody else and having to look like every other person in the department if I can khakis and a blue shirt. And I don't know, I always hated wearing khakis. Especially in the other team I was in because I'd always get covered in grease. And that's what I kind of liked about the overnight or morning shift before anybody gets there. You can actually come in like the uniform and then change to like different shorts or pants and actually do the job and then switch back to the uniform once you leave. Yeah, being inside the park, you'd be stuck with the same uniform. And it would suck too because I would sweat a lot and it would make that weird fucking stain in front of the shorts where like your shirt is always tucked in. Oh my god, my fucking shirts are nasty at work though. My shirts would end up getting like white marks on the sleeves because of all the sweat. Like supposedly those shirts are like breathable, but you would still end up sweating a lot in those things. And then having your shirt always tucked in, it'll make that weird stain on the khakis. Oh my god, that stain looked freaking weird. It looked like, it almost looks like a stain where like it looks like you pissed yourself, but it's actually coming from the waist down. It's not going from the crotch down, it's going from the waist down. And it's weird, like being a big guy and then only just getting nosebleeds in the summer and not actually passing out. It's actually surprising that I never actually passed out being out in the sun. I guess that's the thing about being Hispanic. You can actually last longer out in the sun. Like shit, I was always hustling. I was always hustling, even though I would be covered in sweat. Oh shit, it's already been an hour. Alright. Well, we just got half of the roof left to do, and then we can actually start working on that platform. But yeah, I look forward to the next subway platform video. Once I come back to Power Wash soon. But yeah, next video will be the No Way taxi missions in GTA Online. I believe we go back to GTA Online next episode, right? So I think we did story mode this episode. Yeah, movie negotiations and persuade the janitor. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And that video actually got 22 views. Let's see, and we're up at 25 views on the Farming Simulator episodes from last time. So we are starting to get some like little views here and there on like the long-term videos. Yeah. Shorts are kind of iffy because sometimes I would go up in views, sometimes I would get like maybe 10 views. But as long as the views are kind of like consistent and don't get any videos that don't have any views, and that's fine by me. I still try to do the shorts entertaining as I can. We're at 55% done on this project. And then I saw the next project. There's nothing. We go back to the carnival. And I guess it's like a fortune teller wagon. Yeah, a fortune teller's wagon at the carnival. So we go back to that place, clean the wagon. But before then, we gotta finish the subway platform. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this Power Wash Sim video. I say that twice or three times sometimes. But yeah, check out the Power Wash Simulator playlist on the channel. All the past projects from the van all the way to this one are up on the channel now. We're getting close to finishing the career, and then after that we'll get to do some of the side projects. That's what I kind of decided for this game, was finishing the career and then doing some of the side missions, and we got like a $5,310. So let's see how much money we actually end up at the end of this whole series. Because right now I don't have like anything to spend, anything to buy anymore. I don't have to buy cleaners anymore. I think I bought all the attachments for the Vista Pro, which is like the last power washer in the game. Yeah, look forward to No Way Taxi missions in the next GTA Online video. And yeah, check out the social media pages of TikTok and Instagram for the channel. All the shorts that I've done are getting posted on there. All the new shorts coming out every other day on YouTube. Yeah. I think that's right. I'm gonna see if Sunday I can actually still record, because it's supposedly supposed to rain these next 3 days. So we'll see what Sunday is like. Next upload date, I believe, yeah. So I think today's Friday. So yeah, next video is on Sunday, so let's see if I can actually upload then or stream. Let's see how next week is, because it's like the first 3 days, like Monday through Wednesday. That's when it's like actually really cold. But it's like this weekend when it's not that cold that it actually rains. Let's see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.